Welcome to Rara Avis. My name is Amanda and I'm the creative director. So I want to talk about something that I've heard creatives say over and over again, and it relates to friendships and support. I mean, I've heard this complaint over and over again when creatives say that they do not feel supported by their friends. And in most cases, you see definitely like the particular people they're talking about maybe haven't shared a post or reacted or liked or commented, and whatnot. Of course, people have their, flaws or ways they want to interact, and statistics prove that people would rather engage with celebrity content rather than, their friends who are just starting up. And obviously, sometimes it's because their friends are not yet there, even have not yet, polished or refined their craft. However, I'm speaking to creatives here. And if you're a creative, I can tell you categorically that the reason why you're facing this, especially as a new creative, is that you have not curated your friendships correctly. And by curate, I mean, curation simply means, putting together content in such a way that it makes sense. There's intentionality, behind what you're doing. And because we're Rara Avis and we're a strategic platform, that's a creative career strategy platform, we understand that strategy is key to everything in life. Most of you don't treat your relationships or your businesses like business. You don't even treat yourself or a brand like a company or a business, and that's where the problem lies. Now, what am I saying? It is unfair of you to expect your friends to support you. Yes, of course, in relationships, we are entitled to certain things, but even then, the other party is also entitled to react or receive our expectations however they want to. Maybe it's unfair to you, yeah, but then I can teach you how you can change the narrative. One is you don't understand what relationships are, because if you did, you would not be angry. Why am I saying this? Because you have created other friendships differently. For example, even these people that you call or label friends have been labeled wrongly. Some of them are just acquaintances that you met somewhere. Some people ought to be in the acquaintance box, but you've labeled them friends. And another thing is this: most of you met these friendships in areas or places or circumstances that you bonded over what was happening, like, or an activity. For example, maybe you went to play football and you met a couple of people and you bonded with one person. And from there, you guys decided to take your friendship outside the football pitch into other areas because you saw other areas that you guys had maybe similar values or interests in. And I'm using that as an example. There's several examples also. Some of you bonded because your parents were friends. Some of you bonded over church. Some of you bonded over a love for music or shared interest for watching movies or something like that. And now you have unfairly placed that expectation on them to always support your craft and labeling them as haters when they do not like or share your content. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. Because when you label your content correctly, when you create your friendships properly, then you would be able to, find friends with the same interest. Because what's friendship? It's a shared interest and you're bonding over something. So now what's the solution for this? Apart from improving on your craft and even perhaps sometimes the way you share your expectations, or, sometimes you don't even let your friends know what your expectations are. You should take a logical look and a strategic step. Now, what am I saying? Find friends who share similar interests with you. Perhaps they love what you love. So look for people in those areas already. Do you understand what I'm saying? go for events, mingle with people with similar interests as you. And trust me, your process is going to be easier because both of you will be supporting each other's crafts because you love what both of you are doing, like individually. And that's the key to anything in life, because you can't be talking to a friend that's unserious, in quotes, like maybe this friend doesn't like anything about mathematics and you're always talking maths to them. Of course they're going to zone out. That doesn't mean they don't love you, but the thing is, gradually, because you're placing so much on them, that relationship will die naturally. So, and some of you, again, even when you have friends that support you, what do? You keep sending general BCs and all of that, expecting that immediately you send them out, people just post and all of that. Yes, you have to also understand that there are different personalities and that people might be doing different things at that moment. Everybody's not standing still just because of you. And again, you also have to see that sometimes when people have even supported their friends and these friends became big, in quote, they dumped their friends. And sometimes they're calling up their friends, oh, like I'm in this position. And people make it look like those friends are entitled and ungrateful. Meanwhile, while you're still struggling as an artist, you run to that friend, perhaps for transport fare, or I want to buy this, I need to go to the studio. And they supported you with the little that they could. Yes, maybe it was a job, like Nigerians would like to say, but then they supported you with what they had. And now some of you become big and then you dump your friends. You unfollow people. Trust me, like it's a horrible thing to, be on the receiving end. And I've noticed one thing about many creatives, they feel entitled to other people's love and support and care without thinking about ways in which they can give back. And that perhaps might just be the problem. You need to resolve that and strategically, give back. That's why you see even successful brands, like I'm talking about musicians like Johnny Drill, he has support even if the area is not one in which the society has found himself like really loves that kind of sound, but he's found a way to make it a community. And that's what you're missing out if you've not made yourself into a community, like your brand into a community, because a community is a people of shared and like interests. You can't just force it on people, because for example, perhaps I love watching football and you love playing basketball. Now if we handle our relationship well, I can convey to you, please, can you watch this match with me? And even if you don't like basketball, because I've conveyed it to you, you might think about it. Okay, yeah, I think I need to spend time with Amanda. So let's just make it like a date. I'm not talking about, men and women, because most people paint it to mean like relationship like between the opposite gender. No, it's not what I'm talking about. So let's make it a date and we sit and we watch, but the thing is that we'll also have other areas. Perhaps we want to discuss business or something, maybe a personal issue that we had to resolve. And it makes sense for us to bond and sit there. Even if I don't like it, I will just sit down there because there's something in it also for me. And trust me, people are transactional. And I like to say something. I don't know why you get angry when people use you. The only problem is if they use you negatively, because nobody uses something that's useless. It's a fact. If people use you, then you must be useful. But find out how, to also get something in return. I'm not talking about from a negative point, because some people, overdo and become selfish and, demanding and greedy. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't even feel like I need to clarify what I'm talking about, because those who get it, get it. But now, as a creative pursuing their career as a newbie, this is what you should do. Find creatives like yourself, support them too. Comment, like, share. Because like I said earlier, a lot of creatives, even celebrities, are entitled, maybe because they have already built a fan base, so they do not give anything back to people. And the thing is once there's a problem or a flaw with the celebrity, suddenly all their followers leave them and they wonder why. Because you never built something strong enough for when problems come, that these people will stick by you, because you never gave them anything. You only gave them music, you only gave them art, and now that thing is taken away, and they have to go look for somebody else who art they feel connected to. Because people actually don't care how much you say, or they care about how you make them feel. And that's what it is all about. Because I don't want to be like on WhatsApp and see that you're sending me messages from, like, do you understand what I mean? Like, you're bombarding me with lots of messages, and that's annoying. Okay, it's not something you want to really do. You want to be able to I'm looking for the right word. You want to be able to build a community of people that are like-minded. Because trust me, and also you can also build a community of not just fans that like or enjoy the type of thing you do, but also a community of fellow creatives who are going in the same direction as you, so that they can, you guys can interact, build on ideas, and until you have some sort of management, then you can push each other as you go. Okay, so that's why at Rara Avis we've created a community, and of course we're working on making things better, especially this year 2025, because there's no more excuses. We're charged and we're committed to this particular goal. Yes. Okay, we already have, by the way, some people within our WhatsApp community, but from now onwards we're going to have more interaction with them. So back to what I was talking about. Okay, let's take for example, because some people might not understand until I give like an illustration. Take for example, I don't like anything related to football, and you love football. Like, I just dislike it naturally. It's not even about you, and you want me to come watch football. Would I? It doesn't make any sense to. Or for example, let me use myself personally. I really don't like songs with that are vulgar, with negative words that kind of like talk down on, even if it's yourself. I don't like songs or anything like that, maybe any art or even any movie like that. So definitely, if your content contains things like that, I'm not going to engage with it. It's only common sense that I'm not going to engage with your content, even if I love you. Because some of you that are calling out your friends and pegging them haters are not being realistic, because even some of your family members do not even care for your craft. And it's not because they don't love you, it's just because they don't see any points there. And of course, you can't just force them to, because even you have areas where you're not interested in. And that's why people are allowed, even on social media, to select what they want to view, what kind of adverts they want to see, what kind of content they want to engage with. So do your own research. Find out the demographic of the people who would subscribe to you. Create a persona for your audience, so that you know the right places to go look for them. And even you need to create a persona for yourself. But it's something we're going to talk about in another video, so look out for it. So what am I saying? You need to take care of your craft. You need to do an auditing of your circle, an auditing of your content, so that you can be strategic about it. You can know exactly what to put out and when to put it out and to whom to put it out to. Because another thing you people don't even take into consideration is your needs are not that pressing. Honestly speaking, other people have crises that they may be dealing with at that moment. Some people are even dealing with something at that point that you're forcing them or trying to compel them to share your content. And some of you also don't even know how to be strategic or have personalized messages to pass across to those you intend to support you. Because if I'm getting 10 messages, perhaps, okay, I have like 10 performers or like entertainers or creatives on my contact list, and 10 of you are pushing at the same time. 10 of you are pushing content at the same time, sending pieces morning, afternoon, nights, 247, and of course, like maybe even the rest of the year. And some of you don't even properly do any promotions for your content. You just put them out. When you see people don't engage with them, you get depressed and you make up stories and start writing stuff like, oh, I don't deal with the haters when you get there and all. I don't subscribe to that, because whatever you focus on grows. Because the more you're focusing on your so-called haters, the more your craft is dwindling, the more you're not creating, the more depressed you are, and the more likely you are to give up. Trust me, I know these things. How do I know? Because I'm human. And what you're experiencing is a human experience. You're not a god. You're not a god. Even if you were a celebrity, you're not. So anyway, this is all I can take for today. And of course, we're going to be talking more, and putting out more content this year. So guys, I want you to feel encouraged and feel empowered. There's something you can do about it. You have been given the power of choice. You have been given a mind to think. And of course, with us, you can have the right strategies to move your career forward. Thank you so much for listening to me. And please make sure, if you're watching this off of our social media page, please ensure that you follow us all across social media at Rara Avis Entertainment. Or you can log on to our website. No, not just or. And you can log on to our website, because you can actually do both. www.raraavisentertainment.com, and of course go through it and see what we have to offer you, because we're here. And trust me, 2025, you can only get better and especially if you stick with us and with the right strategies too. Okay guys, remember, Rara Avis is a creative career strategist platform. We're here to help you strategize and improve on your craft. Of course, that's not all that we do. We do so much more, but that is what defines us. And of course, included it is opportunities to showcase, networking with other industry, personnels, and much more, guys. So we're going to be introducing a lot more this year, but stay tuned into it, and do not forget to click on the subscribe button and notification button, however it may be, on whatever medium you're watching this, so that you can be updated on our latest videos and whatnot. And you can still reach out to us if you need to inquire specifically about anything. You can send a mail to our email, which is raraavisentertainment@gmail.com, or admin@raraavisentertainment.com, or you can call us or WhatsApp us, but preferably WhatsApp us, okay? Because I'm not too sure a call would be accepted. And when you're sending a message, please ensure that you send it in a coherent, professional manner and state exactly what you want, because we don't have that time. Time is money, okay? We have time for you though, but I'm saying time is money. When we understand what you want, then of course we're gonna get back to you. Okay guys, I still remain the one, the only Amanda. Others can go argue. Bye. Have a pleasant day.